let me take you on a little journey. The journey of the Isabella Tote. And all of the iterations that have been in the works for the past couple of months, all inspired by our New York-based Isabella. The tote, the shoulder tote, is absolutely the preferred silhouette of the New York girl. She's running around town, she needs a big vessel to carry everything that she needs for her day. So, we've been working on this for at least 2 months, and the first version led to the next version, and the next version, and the next version after that. So I've got 4 that have just transpired in the past couple months. We have 2 other ones, which I'll do in a separate video, that are from last year, so the previous iteration. I'm definitely liking this one that you'll see all 4 of them from here the best. And let's start with number 1. So the very first one that I made earlier this year, now these are for the most part just external versions, so it doesn't have lining, it doesn't have internal pockets, no internal structure whatsoever, just more for overall aesthetic, is this white version. Kind of hard to see some of the detail with the lighting, but it's a little rough. I made it myself. It is in the current pebbled leather quality that we use. Has our 2 signature front M pockets. This version I did a little top zip on, which I actually really like, and would love some feedback is how critical is the top zip on this. And played around with some nylon webbing strap. So this is an 1.25 inch wide strap, and thought it might be kind of fun to see what kind of a soft strap might feel like as a shoulder strap. And I tried finishing them with something that didn't turn out so good, so that's hence why they have just little tabs on them, which totally went away in a different version down the road. But the back was just solid, and you know, the 2 front pocket detail. So next version was an iteration, kind of the same concept, but trying to break up the pattern a little bit more and look for a way to finish the handles, finish the ends of the handles. So use the same overall material, so our pebbled leather, and then we have our nylon strap, so 1.25 inch wide strap, and tried a couple different things on this. So we were looking for a way to finish the handle, so have it go into a leather piece, and tried 2 things. One, this is sort of just a patch that was applied, so you'd have a straight line across the top, and the handles would go into that straight line, and you'd still have your front pocket signature M detail. And when you see the other version, was to try and sort of mimic the same design line. So rather than have it straight across on the top, it would be an M iteration with the pockets on the front still, and then the back would have that same kind of little notched M detail, but no pockets. So really clean on the back. And yeah, that was number 2. All right, number 3 was to try a canvas version, just to kind of see how it would look roughly. This is the most rough of all of them. And then also look at a way to break up the pattern a little bit more on the back side for better usage. And the concept here was keep the front really clean. So looking at adding leather handles and just attaching them on. So not really having to worry about a way to finish with the nylon webbing. I got a little bit worried about the width of the straps. I think they're a little bit wide to be carried comfortably. The ideal strap for me, I think, is anywhere between 5/8 and 3/4 wide. These are 5/8 inch wide straps, and this was canvas version, just done where I just clip the straps on to make it nice and easy, but has that same signature M pocket detail. And then on the back, broke it up quite a bit, so it has a single top panel and then 2 side panels. So the pattern is much smaller than one big, huge pattern piece. So from here, went to number 4. And that is a full-blown version in leather. So this is not the leather quality that we use, but it is a hide that I had left over and I had the correct thread color for. That's the most important part, to be honest with you, because it's kind of hard to get thread right now. Anyway, this is, as I mentioned, not our leather quality, and I just use a standard leather strap on this. So this is a pre-cut strap that I was able just to stitch on. So I did make some adjustments based on the canvas version that you saw. So the canvas version, as you can see, is more narrow at the bottom. And I was a little bit worried about just not having enough capacity for it when it is this narrow. So I redrew the pattern and made it a little wider. So it is wider at the bottom. It still goes in a little bit, but you can kind of see the design lines are a little different than this one. Granted, this isn't canvas. They're two totally different materials, but I think you kind of get the idea of it. And have that same design detail on the back with the top panel and then the 2 subsequent panels. Then for the lining on the inside, it's a little janky because I had a pattern adjustment and had to switch some things up at the last minute, but you'll get the idea. So on the inside, it's always hard to show the inside of a bag, but pockets. It has a double layer pocket system. So there are 3 pockets on the top, and then there's 3 pockets on the bottom on the front side of the bag. And then on the opposite side, if you can see, probably not, I need to do a top-down view. There are 2 large pockets, great for a water bottle, an umbrella, pair of shoes. So total is there's 8 pockets on the inside. So 2 pockets outside, 8 pockets on the inside. It has our Cordura lining. So this is an extra Cordura that I had laying around in a light blue color. But yeah, I think the biggest thing with this one that I am not sure about is I really like the narrow bottom of the canvas version. I think it looks a little sleeker. I just like the design lines a little bit more. I think it's a little more sophisticated. Whereas this version, you know, it's getting a little wide for my taste, like right here, and I'd rather have it taper down and look really pretty and really feminine. And yeah, so this is number 4, the most finished of them all. And this is the one that I'm going to send to the factory, get their input on, and they will make it look like 8,000 times better than this. But would love your feedback. Would love especially to know what you think about the design lines of 3 versus 4 and some of the proportions. But the idea is, you know, this is a really hard-working silhouette. Big capacity. It's tall. It's 15 inches tall, 15 inches wide. Actually, I think it's 16 inches tall. And, you know, you can fit a big laptop in here, tons of pockets. And hopefully, you know, it's comfortable and you feel good and it's functional. So, let me know what you think. I can't wait to hear. Thanks for your feedback. Yay.